Greetings, fellow glitchlings. My name is Oddboy Glitch, and well, I did it again. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at these Q&A things. I always wind up missing that one person. That one person that has asked a question, but I guess due to complications, I did not know that that person certainly answered the question. So, this video is a make-up Q&A of Junior 24. He asked a question, and I guess due to a poll, due to a platform part that I didn't think I did. I thought that was a long time ago with the last Q&A that I did, and I thought that wasn't relevant to the New Year one that I did. But, you know, when time confuses you, huh? Well, I'm sorry if you're listening, Junior 24. I did not mean it. Junior 24. I did not mean it. I'm very, very sorry. That's what this video is all about. Also, if you saw, there was a slash in the title, meaning more foreshadowing of what's going to be happening 2019. I thought I share more, because there are some of you that actually are interested in what I'm foreshadowing for my channel this year, or what I would like to foreshadow, I should say. And also, we found out that the wrench was a little confusing. We thought it was BioShock that I was going to start, and that's not a bad idea. And I might take that into consideration, because BioShock is one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. So I might start it. But, sadly, that's not what the wrench stood for. It stood for something much bigger that I had planned. Something I've always wanted to do, but haven't done for my channel. But is completely in the works right now. But, however, that's at the end of the video is when I'll finally reveal it to you guys, even though I've got like almost nothing finished with it yet. I thought I might as well reveal what it is, so this confusion is all blown over. But first, why don't we get to what this video is titled first? So, Junior 24 asked, where did you get that heart? Come closer to the screen. You see, I don't know. I don't know where I got the heart. I could sit here and tell you a long-winded story about how I got that heart, but let's just say I wound up going on an adventure and ripping the heart out of somebody, and I made it mine. Doctors say it was impossible to do that, but I did. I just got jealous that this guy had a bigger heart than me, and so what I did was I ripped him open and just ripped it right out of him. And what I did was I cut myself and ripped my own heart and just put his heart in, because it was bigger than mine. So I just gave him my old heart, and then, you know, they surgically put it in. I just kind of zipped up the skin, and then there you go. So yeah, I have a bigger heart now. Not metaphorically speaking, medically speaking. I have a bigger heart now. It does have some problems, though. So yeah, that's where I got my heart. It was a demon, I think it was, right? I think it was a demon. I'm not entirely sure who it was. Whoever that guy was, he was a bit of an asshole. I know, asshole with a big heart, makes no sense. Well, anyways. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the things I'm foreshadowing. And before you ask in the comments down below, no, The Crown does not foreshadow anything. The Crown is just basically tells you that who my favorite character is in Smash Brothers is basically King K. Rool. That's why whenever I play Smash Brothers, I always wear the crown to symbolize King K. Rool. Because I love wearing the crown. It's just one of my favorite hats, even though it's Halloween. It's a Halloween hat, but I like wearing it. Makes me feel powerful. Anyways. The world of foreshadowing. Why don't we start with this little guy right here, huh? Now, what could this be foreshadowing? I'm pretty sure everybody knows this already. There will be things that I will allow you guys down below to figure out what is it that I'm going to be foreshadowing. But there are going to be ones that I just outright hand out to you because it's obvious. You know. And some of them are multiple things rather than just one thing. So yeah. With Bendy and the Ink Machine, it's not obvious, but it's something I wanted to do since 2018, actually. Ever since that game came out to consoles and stuff like that. I even have the game now because it's Christmas and whatnot. So yeah. But yeah, I've had this idea floating around for a while now. I decided to share it to you because it's not that big of a deal, really. But I've been wanting to do this for a while. But Bendy and the Ink Machine, there's going to be an all-night or day stream of every single chapter of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now that I have the console version, of course, because I did every single episode, and instead of just doing what I did with Crash Calamity, and hold your applause for him, okay? Hold on, we're getting to that, but instead of mashing all of the Bendy and the Ink Machine episodes together to make one big, hour-long episode of Bendy and the Ink Machine, I've decided to kind of relive every single chapter instead of doing that. Because I've noticed that my episode 1 and 2 of my episodes are when they first began, and there's a big difference between the finished and when I first started Bendy and the Ink Machine, so there's more to see. So that's why I'm going to relive the whole Bendy and the Ink Machine thing over again. So that's why he's sitting right here with me today. And now, the ones that are obviously callbacks are the ones I'm going to be sharing with you. Like this guy right here. This guy. If you don't remember this guy, then I guess you don't know what Arcade Knight is. Because he is George from Rampage. Yeah, a very old arcade game from way back then. And, this symbolizes that Arcade Knight is coming back for 2019. Because it just started, and not to mention, the Arcade Knight that I did before is, I guess you can kind of see it as a Season 1 of Arcade Knight, because Arcade Knight was like this thing, where it started right after Namco Night. after Namco Night ended, I should say. But Namco Night, I've looked over my games, and not every single one of my games are Namco, so I was like, I might as well just rethink the whole thing, so I did, and I named it Arcade Night. So what I wound up doing is redoing every single Namco video that I did. And so the end of Season 1 of Arcade Night has, was that one game that I had played. A new one is going to start in 2019. And this guy is probably foreshadowing the one that I'm going to be playing. I forgot he talks. Okay, so now for the next things on the wrench. We're going to look past these two because by now I think you already know, and I shouldn't need to tell you. This guy. Right here, you know what, actually, let's save you for last. This guy. Right here. Parappa the Rapper. The remaster. He's going to return to my channel. I know where I left it was pure frustration. That chicken was like relentless, But don't worry, we will get past it. Hopefully. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not very good at rhythm-based games, but I love them. They're fun. So, yep. Parappa is returning to the channel. I'm basically talking about the ones that are returning to the channels and whatnot. The only person I'm going to be telling you that is coming to the channel that hasn't started before, that's kind of started before, but not really. I mean, if you were with me from the very beginning of Oddboy Glitch, then you'd know who this guy is. Right? I shouldn't need to say, I think we all know, but just in case you don't know, Conker. Yes. This guy right here. He's coming to the channel. But I feel that I need to say this. It's not going to be the N64 version of Conker. It's going to be the Xbox version, which is Live and Reloaded. Which, that shouldn't really be a bad thing. It is raining. Or snowing. I don't know, but it might be raining out there. Anyways, straying from that. He will be the Conker's Live and Reloaded. I was going to do the N64, but, between the two in my life, which one would be harder is the N64 one. And I wound up beating the Xbox one just fine. When the N64, I kind of got stuck somewhere. So yeah. If you really want a gameplay version of the N64 version and not the Xbox version, I would love to hear your comment down below to see which version would you rather see, or which one do you prefer. Either way, Conker is coming to the channel. Okay? Now, I feel that this guy's important. I feel like I need to say this. Okay? We all know what he's supposed to symbolize, right? Right. And no, I don't mean nitro-fueled. Because nitro-fueled is, sure, it's coming, definitely. And I might. But I'm still kind of, I'm still kind of, you know, in the Insane Trilogy point. We did beat the first one, but we didn't beat the second and third. I'm a guy that likes to go in order. Even though you could probably say in the comments down below, oh, bullshit. You played Tui instead of Kazooie first. You know? And you might have gotten me there. Okay? You might have gotten me, but the reason why I played Tui first was because Tui was my childhood, actually. I remember playing Tui a lot more than playing Kazooie. Probably because when I was a young little kid, I didn't know Kazooie existed. So, I always assumed Tui was the first Banjo game. Just like when I was young, I didn't know there were 3 other Crash Bandicoot games. I thought Wrath of Cortex was the first Crash Bandicoot game. I really, really thought that when I was a kid. But remember when I said there was somebody here that represents not one, but many things? That's this guy right here. He represents not one, but many games. And I'm not talking about Crash Calamity. Not just Crash Calamity, at least. But, like I said before, Nitro Fueled, and, the continuation of the Insane Trilogy. And I don't think I'll get to the third, because I'm very slow when it comes to going through sequels and stuff like that, you know. Like, I just got done with the first one in 2018, so... and stuff like that. Not to mention, I also revisited, you know... I also revisited Wrath of Cortex, you know, and a few-hour-long live stream, which I'm not doing that again. Not with Wrath of Cortex, at least. With some other game, yeah, but not Wrath of Cortex. That's done and over with, unless somebody wants me to do it again, which I will do it again, if I have to. He also symbolizes the blindfold challenge that I'm going to be doing. Because I had this idea when I was back at work, and I thought, hey, you know, the first boss of the Wrath of Cortex was kind of easy. What if I can do that blindfolded? You know? So, there we go. So that's what gave me the idea. So, like I said, not one but many. So, not only Nitro Fueled, not only the second game will be continuing, but, you know, we also got the Blindfold Challenge coming up, where the first boss will be played, and stuff like that. Which I think, you know, I think I got this. This is like the first Blindfold Challenge that I might be able to succeed. Maybe. I'm not going to put... But I've decided to put up or shut up about this, and I'm going to take that challenge. It's probably a stupid challenge, like that blindfolded Smash Brothers thing, but... you know. Will you shut up? I understand I have mail, but shut up. Anyways, yeah. Crash Bandicoot symbolizes all that. Okay. I'm going to keep him vague because I'm pretty sure you guys already know what he symbolizes. These two as well, I'm going to keep vague because I'm sure you two are. I'm sure you know who these stand for already. And now, we've reached the end of the video. But, you must be wondering, what about the wrench? You said you were finally going to tell us what the wrench was, right? I know this would normally be the comedic moment to tell you I lied, but I would lie right now about me lying. Because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. But I have a feeling, can't help feeling that I wouldn't forget my friend like that. Something sinister is going on here. But who could have done it? Banana, what are you doing here? You monster. You wouldn't even be worth my time. Anyways, now that we've actually found out what happened with all that forgetting, now how about I tell you what this stands for? Would you please stop telling me that I have mail? Please, for the love of God. Thank you. Anyways. You might be sitting there on the edge of your seat wondering, what does this wrench mean? If it doesn't mean Bioshock, then what does it mean? Right? You must be wondering. Well, I'm going to tell you right here, right now. Don't worry, I'm not going to stall any further. Okay? This wrench signifies the arc that I'm going to be starting in 2019 this summer. I'm going to be starting the arc. I'm not going to be finishing the arc. This is the beginning of the arc. I already got in touch with the Glitchling Army. Yes, you guys. Yes, some of you guys that might be watching this. Yeah? I got in touch with some of you guys, thinking that, you know, I got really inspired by the skit that I was in Junior Archer 24's review thing, and if you haven't seen it, go ahead and see it. I'll leave a link in the description. You have to go check it out. I mean, personally, I don't think I did a very good job. I think I looked at the camera too much, and I think I could have went like this and looked away from the camera for a minute, then looked at the camera, you know, and just said my line instead of just going like this as I was looking at the camera. I felt like I did terrible and could have done better. But anyways, we're straying too far away. Anyways, that I grew inspiration from, and I was like, you got to work with all of these guys, including me, you know, and it turned out so good, and I liked it, you know, so I wanted to do something a little bit like that, and my own personal take on it. But here's the thing, I don't want to make it a skit. I want to make it a show. I want to make it part of an arc. So that's why I got in touch with you guys in the Glitchling Army. I wanted to make your parts into the arc or something. What is the arc? I can't tell you. Because if I told you, then it wouldn't be very, you know, very surprising. All I can say is that you're part of the arc. The arc is starting. And I can tell you, this wrench plays a big role as the main weapon of the main protagonist. Me. Victor. Victor meaning, like, the character Victor, not me specifically. You know, my name is not Victor in real life. It's something else. You guys would probably know that by now, but don't worry about it. So that's the reason why the wrench is the biggest icon over all this, because, you know, and that's why I saved it till like the last part of this video to explain to you guys, you know, it's going to be the main weapon in the arc. The arc is slowly being worked on in my head right now. I can't start now, it's too cold outside. I don't want to go out there in the cold and shit. No. Not to mention, I also don't have a recording camera yet, so I know that I'm technically using this, but I mean like one that I could bring outside and wouldn't have any trouble. It wouldn't need hooking up to the camera, to the computer and stuff, you know? So yeah. I just need the camera, and there are other things, there are other props that I need. I got like props. I also have the storyline all figured out, and episode 1 has been figured out. I already have the title, you know, and stuff like that. But you must be wondering, and I mean this for the fear of explaining too much, I feel like you need to at least know, like, I feel like the Glitchling Army should at least know where in the story they are. You know, so I'm gonna tell you, okay? Just so you know where you guys are. Okay? Alright. You guys, the Glitchling Army people that participated in the arc, or that are participating in the arc, you guys are actually the beginning of the ending of the arc. Meaning you guys begin like the big finale of the arc. I guess you could say it's more like a beginning of season 3, I guess you could say, or season 2, depending on how you think about it. So, yeah. The beginning of that, in which that's where your parts will be. Been thinking things over and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't want to say too much, because I feel like I shouldn't say too much, because if I say too much, it might ruin the surprise, and it might ruin, you know, the arc. And I don't want to ruin the arc. This is something I've been thinking of and working on for a while, and I've always wanted to do like a storytelling thing for my channel. Much like my storytelling I've been doing for my OCs and for my channel over at the Victor Universe Vortex channel. You know, because of that, though, I've also figured out that I wanted to do more than just tell you a story, but rather act in the story. Me playing as the main character. So, you know, through those Q&As, and that I act a little weird and stuff like that, that act like that none of this shit happens in real life kind of deal. Well, that's me getting in character. I think of me as Victor, the hero of the universe. STAY. Universe STAY. More than one universe. That's why, in the GTA live stream, I've also managed to talk a little bit about, the universal hero, where it all began with Victor. AKA me. But, like I said, I've said stuff in that live stream. That's how it usually started, and everything else, you know. So yeah, that's why I act so weird, because I like to think of myself as the character, and in some way, shape, or form, when I do these characters, I feel like I am these characters. Which in some way, shape, or form, I kinda am. I did make these characters specifically from different parts of me. But that discussion can be for another video. Right now we are at the end of the video, and I'm branching this out way too far. So anyways, leave a like down below if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed, or you just did, make sure to ring the bell so you can keep up to date to every single video and live stream that I do for my channel. And in the description down below is all my stuff that you can follow me on Twitter. Go join the Glitchy Army Discord, which is where some of the people in my arc are, and where I am. I don't bite. You can talk to me whenever, and you can join for the sake of joining. You don't need to be a content creator. And also, if you know what I say at the end of every video, I suggest you say it with me now. But if you're in study hall, I want you to make sure you say it with me quietly. I don't want to get you in trouble. So, remember this. I don't want just you, but I want everybody to stay glitchy. Ciao, babies.
Working harder, making better, do it faster, makes us stronger than ever. Hour after hour, working never over. Working harder, making better, do it faster, makes us stronger than ever. Hour after, you got the epic motherfucker.